everyone, Luna Marie Wolf here, and I know I look insane. Like, look at this makeup. Look at this on fleek makeup. No, it's not. It's not on fleek. I am hot, I am sweaty, I am in pain. It's almost 4, and got home from school today, had senior pictures, that's why I'm all did up and fancy. I don't have my shirt on because I'm extremely hot because I gave blood today and blood drive did not go too well. I'll talk to you guys about that later. But also I'll have to talk to you guys about what happened yesterday at the football game because the video did not decide to save correctly, so I basically lost the entire story of it, so now I have to record and re-record it and blah. But I have to clean out the rabbit cage. I have to do my chores around here, clean up my room a little bit, and then I will get started on this, get started with telling you guys all the stuff that happened. So, yeah. So there is going to be a little bit of blood. I'm gonna show you guys where they took the blood from me, where I donated the blood from, like on my arm. I could show you guys that. But yeah. It's gonna be crazy. So there is a warning for that. I don't think there's any other warnings other than that. Like, especially if it's like blood and gore and stuff like that. I really want to tell you guys that I'm going to have a warning, most likely, before that. So yeah. So I'm just gonna do the rabbit cage real quick and I'll be right back with you guys. You can see, guys, I cleaned out their cage. Look at little Cheese. Cheese is so happy. Cheese is eating his little hay. Cheese there drinking her little water. Yeah, I changed out their water. It's now a bottle. I'm gonna have to fix that later. She's had this in here all day and she's drinking like I've starved her from the water. I've kept her from the water. Why are you drinking that upside down? Here, hold on. I'm squeezing the bottle. Here, maybe I need to adjust it just real quick. There, I was trying to make it to where the babies could still reach it, but it seems that she can't drink out of it if the babies have, like, if it's low enough for the babies to be. But everyone's back there. They have a little food dish. I have some carrots over here for them. Like, look at all these carrots that we got. We got it at a deal at our local Harps or Price Cutter. 5 packages of these, not carrots, not 5 packages of carrots, but 5 packages of, like, vegetables, anything like that, for $9.99. And, like, we saw this huge thing of carrots, and we just knew we had to get them. So, after she's done with that, I have to do the little vegetable oil in the ears for their ear mites. See, there you are again, drinking upside down. Why? She is not gonna like me after this, but I'm gonna do baby by baby. I'm gonna do the little babies first while she's drinking, just real quick. But what I do is I basically just take the baby. Hold on. No, I don't have any food. Here, I'm just gonna do little Cheese. No, I'm just gonna get little Cheese. Okay, Cheese may have a little bit of makeup on him because I kissed him earlier. And it got on his face a little bit. I'm sorry, Cheese. But basically just gonna get a little bit of vegetable oil into the little cup. So I have a little bit of vegetable oil in the cup. I'm just gonna get a couple of drops of it and put it in little Cheese's ear, each of his ears, and just rub the little base and smooth it out through his ear and just smooth his ears down onto his body. I can't record me doing it, but I will show you Cheese after. This is little Cheese afterwards. As you can see, he can eat the coconut. He can eat the vegetable oil. It's vegetable oil, guys. But as you can see, I coated the inside of his little ears. He is not happy with me right now. He's like, no, get away from me. But they'll clean this off. They'll eat it. It's safe for them. So I'm just going to put him right back up and grab one of his little siblings. Whoa, guys, chill. See, and the mom immediately goes and starts cleaning them. Because she's such a good mom. Okay, now for you, little Gray. I love you, Gray. Look at Gray, guys. Look, he's going from, like, white down to, like, really dark gray over here. I don't know. Like, it looks gray on top, and then, like, you pull it back. It's, like, white. He's so cool. He's such a cool little guy. Oh, okay. And I didn't get to show you guys this, because, look. You guys see his little nose? He has, like, little white patches on his cheeks. What are you doing to my finger? You're such a weird bunny. And he has red eyes. He's so freaking cute. I went ahead and put Gray up, but look how big this little bun is. Guys, remember whenever they could fit in your hand? Like, look, don't drink my Coke. What are you doing? Don't drink my Coke. What are you doing? What are you doing? You saying hello to everyone? Wow! What's going on? What's going on? But yeah, after I get her, I'll have to do the mom. And look, guys, her ears are already cleaning up, and it's only the third day of us doing this. I have to do this every other day with their ears. Have to put new oil in it, and I have to do it for a month. And guess what, guys? Today, the baby bunnies are a month old. Like, do you wanna have your turn? I mean, I will gladly give you your turn. Yeah, no, she's like, no, no, thank you. But they're a month old today, guys. Oh, I love them so much. Okay, now to do him, her, them, this little bun. Yeah. No, those are for you. Those are for your mom. Guys, I got the mom out, and look at inside her ears. Look how much better they look. Like, look at that. Look. You have some weirdness on your nose. But look how much better they look. I am so happy that this is working. I'm so happy. Okay, but we're just going to have to dose you again. We're just going to have to keep on dosing you for a month, okay? Just to make sure that these ear mites don't come back. Because I would hate for that to happen. She is, guys, cleaning out her ears. Now we're going to feed her a couple of carrots. Hey! I don't even want to mess with me because I put oil in her ear and she's probably not happy in me. What? Want a carrot? Oh yeah, she wants a carrot. She's like, yeah, I want that freaking carrot. She's like, but my ears feel weird. Well, hello everyone. Happy 1 month birthday, everyone. Hey guys, go down into the comments and wish everyone a happy birthday. If you guys need a refresher, this is Cheese, this is Fluff or Drowsy, and this is Little Gray. Look how cute they are. Once she gets finished with the carrot, I will give her another one. She will love this carrot. I don't know how long carrots are supposed to keep, but yeah. Whenever she gets ready for another carrot, I'll give her another one. Looks like she's almost done with that one. She's like halfway done. Cheese, what are you doing? Cheese, that's not your carrot to eat. Look at little Cheese go. Hey, do you guys want your little carrot? You guys want a little carrot? No, you guys just want what Mom's been chewing off of. This carrot. Since your children kind of took that one away from you. Here. Little Gray, you want that one? No? Okay, you want to take a hold of that one? That makes me scary to have my fingers anywhere close to her. Yeah, I dropped it. I'm sorry. Don't be mad. Right here. Right here. There you go. Take it back. Here, I'm just going to put a couple more carrots in there for you. Boop, boop. I'll put one more. Boop. There you go. I'm going to go put these carrots up, and I'm going to tell you guys about what happened at the blood drive and what happened at the Pointer football game. Yeah, so I'm going to talk to you guys about what happened. First, I'm going to talk to you guys about what happened at the blood drive today, since that's the freshest thing on my mind. And then I'm going to tell you guys what happened at the Alma football game last night. Yeah. But this was my third time to donate, guys. This is my third time. My third time to donate blood. And every other time that I have, every time that I've gone to donated blood, my iron has not been too low or anything like that. But this time I went, and I was kind of nervous because I wanted to donate because the one that we just had and the next one that we're going to have in like the springtime are going to be my last two donations that I'll be able to do with the school, and if I'm able to do the spring one, that'll be 4 times that I've donated with the school. And I'm not sure if Van Buren High School does this, but they do offer tassels if you have donated through the American Blood Institute more than 4 times, 4 or more times. So I really want a tassel. The more tassels, the merrier, you know. And so I went in, read over everything that they needed me to read over, went and told my teacher that I was going to be doing the blood drive. He was just like, okay, make sure those vampires don't take all your blood. And I just laughed it off. I love my art teacher. But I went and got checked in, took my blood. They prick your finger so they can check to see if your iron's too low or if anything else is too low that you can't donate blood. Something just moved. That freaked me out. But what? Come here. I can't hear you. Nor can they hear you.
Okay, so there's a squirrel outside and he's probably only about this big.
He's so freaking cute. But went to donate, and I was a little bit nervous. I did eat during lunch. I donated around 6th hour. And it was, I've never donated that late in the afternoon. I've always donated earlier in the morning. So doing it in the late afternoon just kind of felt weird. There weren't very many people there either, so it was really weird. But this was my 3rd time to go in and donate, so I went and I donated. And whenever they stuck me, okay, just gonna say this is I'm gonna explain some stuff, okay? So whenever they stuck the needle in, first they had trouble finding a vein. And that was okay. They kept on telling me to squeeze, and I kept on squeezing the little squishy thing that they gave me. I got a nurse that I had before. I actually got 2 nurses. But I got a nurse that I had the first time that I donated, which was really cool. I thought that was really cool. But I was squishing the little thing, I was squeezing it like they were telling me to, and I was looking up at the ceiling and counting off, because they said every 3 to 5 seconds you need to squish that. So I was like, okay, at every 3 seconds I'm going to squish it. So I was counting off in my head, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, and then I'd squeeze it. But I guess the nurses thought that meant I was going to pass out, because they kept on just like, they kept on asking me, they were just like, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you going to pass out? And it got to the point where they brought out cold packs and were putting cold packs on me, and I was just like, I'm fine, I'm just looking up at the ceiling and counting to make sure that I know when to squeeze the little thing. They took it out of my right arm. That's the one that they always do it, right here. If you can see that, that is the dried blood. It actually got on my arm a little bit. My arm is so tender, guys, right now. And I'll tell you why. Usually, you don't experience any tenderness around the area of where you donated. Well, except right where you donated. But you usually don't feel any tenderness around that area because, well, I feel the tenderness because we were almost done with however much you donate. I don't even know how much blood you donate, but we were almost finished. I was almost finished. And I kept on messing with, kept on looking at my arm, kept on readjusting the little strap that was tightening around the top of my arm. I was like, what's going on? What's going on? And I remembered the last 2 times that I had done this, I automatically knew what was going on. I was like, oh my gosh, the blood has stopped flowing into the bag. There's no more blood being collected from my body. This happened the last 2 times. Like, this has happened every single time that I have donated blood, guys. But what they do is whenever this happens, they try to readjust. They take the tape off. They move the tape a little bit. They wiggle the little tubes that the blood is connected to. They have the needle in the arm, then they have the tubes running down to have where the blood is collected to. They're moving the tubes around, and then you're just like, okay. And so, had my arm up there. I don't know if you guys can see this. Pretend like this is the needle. They had the needle, and it was in my skin. So what they did, they twisted it, and they were moving it around while it's inside of my vein, okay? It didn't hurt. I have not a really high pain tolerance, but I have like an average pain tolerance, but it didn't hurt. It just felt really uncomfortable. Like, you could feel it moving under you, and it didn't feel right. It didn't feel right at all. It was just like, that's not, things should not be moving underneath my skin. It's just, no. But it did that, and they did it a couple of times. They waited a few minutes, and after that, they're just like, nope, there's nothing left. And so they wrote down the time. It was 14 minutes and 1 second that I had been donating blood for that long. 14 minutes. 14 minutes of my time. Squirting blood into a package for someone else. I saw the bag, and hopefully it can go to someone because it's my blood and I want to help out people. That's why I donated. But I really hope that there's enough blood in there to help someone. Yeah. I know I know the bag wasn't entirely full. It wasn't bulging like normally they're bulging, but it was just kind of full. So I was just like, man, I feel bad. But they pulled out the needle, told me to hold it above my head, held it above my head. I was just like I'm answering a question. And so, brought it down, they looked at it, and they're just like, yep, look at that. And there was a gigantic blood clot where my vein was. It had basically been pushed out of my vein. So, the needle was in there, and the blood had detected that it was I guess the blood had detected that it wasn't going through the body, it was going out of the body, so it clotted right at the needle. So there was no way that it was going to go out of my body. So yeah. That's how it went. Still, it's happened, like I said, it's happened every single time that I've gone. So it's not going to really affect me. Like, it's not really going to waver how I go. Like, I'm still going to go and donate again, even if I have to go through that again. I mean, it was just a little bit uncomfortable. And yeah, whenever I saw them about to go move it, I was just like, oh, gotta look away, because seeing it, I have not watched it being moved around inside of me. But I'm pretty sure if I watched it, I may pass out. So I really don't want to pass out and then have to worry about that and deal with that whenever, I don't want to have to cause extra trouble for them. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm so tired. This is what donating blood does to me. But have food coming. I drank a whole lot of water. Ate some snacks. I ate Chex Mix. Yeah. I did the bunnies. But what else was I going to talk about? Oh yeah, the Pointer Alma game, where I had the police called on me. Isn't that insanity? But I'm gonna tell you what happened. So basically, there's a Van Buren versus Alma. They are neighboring towns, and they are both dogs. They're mascots. Like, we're the Van Buren Pointers, and they're the Alma Airedales. They're both dogs, and so they have the football teams. Whenever they come together and they play, they have a football game known as Battle of the Bone. Just like whenever Arkansas and Louisiana, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Arkansas and Louisiana come, and their football teams play against each other. It's Battle of the Boot. Pretty sure that's what it's called. Battle of the Boot. But I was there, and I'm really glad that I didn't get to upload the video. I didn't get to upload my story from yesterday, because that one was I didn't get very much details. No, I did. I got a lot of details, but I also got some more details from today, from going to school. So yeah, I got to check up on some people that had been crying and stuff like that, and I got to ask them if they were okay. They said they were okay, and that just took a big load off my chest. But okay, I'm gonna start this out. If you ever go to a football game or any type of a sporting event that is held at a football game, I know that at our football field we have the soccer games there too. People line up along the fence. Now, thankfully, at Van Buren, we have giant stands. We have giant stands that fit a lot of people. But Alma's stands, their actual stands for the Alma side are gigantic. But their visitor side is, it's a little bit on the lagging side. But we were at school. I'm just going to start this off. We were at school, and we were told that over the intercom, if we went over to the Alma side and sat in the stands, like if we went over and sat in the Alma stands, we would get in trouble at school. So, of course, no one was going to go over to the Alma side and go sit, even if there were no seats. So, get to the game. I got to the game at 6:30 whenever the game actually started at 7. Got there 30 minutes early. Paid for my ticket, got in. The entire stands were full. And you guys, hello.
I'm waiting for waiter.
Okay. What are you eating? Oh, that dog food? Daddy calls it dog food.
It's caramel.
Well, Daddy calls it dog food.
Well, Daddy's an idiot sometimes. He also eats pickled eggs that have been sitting on a convenience store counter for God knows how long.
True.
Caramel.
Okay, it's caramel. But, I totally forgot. Okay. But, usually at football games, I've, at my hometown and, at Van Buren and in Alma and anywhere else that I've gone to and seen a football game, they have a student section. I don't know what you guys call your student section or if you guys name your student section, but our student section is called the Dog Pound. So I'm just going to say that now. If I say the Dog Pound, I am referring to the enormous amount of high schoolers that are all dressed in white and acting like insane and total lunatics to cheer on their team that has basically hardly won any games for the past couple of years. Just to put this in perspective, last night was the first night that we have won Battle of the Bone in 7 years. If we would have lost to Alma, it would have been our 8th year to lose to Alma. Like, seriously. That's insane. We don't win very many games. Let's just say that. But it's a new year. We have a new coach. Oh my gosh. I'm so freaking sorry, guys, if me yawning is making you guys yawn, because that happens to me too. I'll watch a YouTuber yawn, then I'll yawn, and then it just no. But there's a student section, and what happens at the student section? We get crazy. We get loud. We throw baby powder and water mixture and Gatorade and confetti cannons, and we shoot off confetti cannons. We shoot off color cannons, basically powdered color that shoots up into the air. Yeah, and whenever you have an entire student section wearing all white, yeah, of course you're gonna have colored stuff going and being thrown around. So basically, if you want to watch the game and you do not want to be around the entire screaming insanity that is known as the dog pound, you don't sit anywhere near the dog pound. Like, if you see a mass of teenagers, this is just in any situation. If you see a mass of teenagers, especially at a football game, you stay away from them. Sit away from them. Like, especially if they're all wearing the same thing, and if they have white handprints printed on, like, painted on their face, and they have Go VB KAA, which is Kick Alma's. Yeah, I guess you can fill in the blank. But I walk over. Me and my friend. My friend was helping record the Van Buren versus Alma Porter game, so she had a little camcorder, and some of my other friends had cameras and stuff like that. And so I go over to the dog pound because I'm a senior. I want to be over in the dog pound. You know, I want to be over there with all of those people that I have been here since basically 5th grade with, and I want to just cheer on with them. I don't know a thing. I hardly know anything about football. Like, hardly anything. And my brother played football, and that's pretty sad. I am so sorry if you are watching this, Bubba, but I learned nothing from watching you play football. It's really bad, but I want to learn. Like, I just want to be there. I just want to be there for the experience. I want to be there to cheer on my players, because I know most of the people out there on the field. I want to support my friends and stuff like that. But go over there to the student section. There's no room. Like, if you imagine sardines packed in a can, imagine twice the amount of sardines packed into that can. That's how the dog pound was. Oh, and number one, whoever in the world brought that newborn child into the dog pound, this is off topic. Whoever brought the newborn child into the dog pound, who are you and why? Like, seriously. You brought a child, a baby, into a screaming mass of teenagers. Hold on, I think the food guy's here. My mom got us Applebee's. I have some cedar smoked salmon here, and I have some garlicky green beans, which is basically green beans that have been basically just cooked in, they've been boiled, and then they were covered with what looks like salt, butter, and garlic. Well, I need to put salt on them, not very much salt on here. But the cedar smoked salmon also came with a maple glaze. Not sure if I can show you guys this without anything falling out. So I'm going to eat that later, after I'm finished telling the story. And I left my broccoli. I really didn't want another side from Applebee's, but I got steamed broccoli so I could feed it to the bunnies, because it's just been steamed. It's basically just cooked. They're pretty warm right now, so I may just put this tub in there for them and let them eat it on whenever they feel like it. Gotta open it. Yep, that's steamed broccoli. Bunnies. Bun buns. Bun buns. I don't think think they know what to do with it. I really don't think they know what to do with it. But yeah, I totally forgot where. Oh, and I got a Diet Coke. Need to take a drink real quick. But what was I talking about? I'm so sorry, guys. Everyone burps, but still, I still apologize whenever I burp. I totally forgot where I was in the story. Was I talking about bringing a baby into... I think I was talking about bringing a baby into... You don't do that. You don't bring a baby into the dog pound. They're throwing baby powder up into the air. That I know you put baby powder on a baby, but most likely that baby's not supposed to be inhaling the baby powder and being around the jumping and screaming kids. I know if I would have been scarred as a little child. I would have been scarred. I would have been scarred. I would have been scarred for life. But back to the subject at hand. The front row of the dog pound sat a couple, not a couple, not two, like there were maybe four. Oh wait, yeah, there's four old people. Not really old. They were probably like in between their like 60s and 70s. There was this short, heavy-set old guy. He had white hair and he was balding. There was this shorter, black, curly hair, elderly woman, and she had on a lot of makeup. I say as I have on a lot of makeup. And then there was, like, her hair was, like, curled and it was down to here. She had, like, a really sharp face. Like, if she wasn't wrinkled, you know. And then there were three sitting on the front row, and then there was one sitting in the back row, and then it was, like, completely, no, there were two other high schoolers standing next to those two, there were two other high schoolers standing next to that one old dude. But it was the heavyset guy, there was the lady with the black hair, and then there was a girl. She was a bit heavyset, but not really. She wasn't like freaking Santa Claus with round. I'm not being mean or anything, I'm just trying to describe him. My computer keeps on timing out, and I'm like, stop. But the other lady was really narrowed face. She had like these really piercing black eyes. She looked like she would stab you in an instant. Like, she looked like she did not care what you had to say. She was the one with the rolled up pamphlet. It's good. I've been eating it just a little bit. But she was the one with the rolled up pamphlet. And she had really, really, really short, curly, orange hair? Kind of like my hair, like a brownish orange. But she had freckles, and she was, like, kind of lighter skinned. She was, like, tannish a little bit. But, and the guy that was sitting behind her was older. He was really tall. He had a white beard. He had white hair, and he was wearing a ball cap. All three on the front row were wearing Pointer versus Alma Battle of the Bones shirts from last year, guys. They were wearing the same shirts from last year. So they must have gone to a football game before. So they know what to expect from a football game. Like, seriously. But they were sitting at the front of the dog pound. I was standing right next to my buddy, my friend, and she was standing, like they were on the risers. So there was one row, and here was the second row. The three people were sitting here. Then there was the old dude, and then there were the two high schoolers. Me and my buddy were sitting on this side because we were standing next to the high schoolers, but down on the walkway. We were standing in a handicapped spot. If we saw someone with a handicap, like with a wheelchair who needed to be there, then we would have definitely moved. But there wasn't anyone that would most likely wanted to sit in front of the dog pound that had a wheelchair. Let's just be honest. But little people are sitting there. And me and Alex are just sitting there. Alex is recording. And everyone is lined up on the fence in front of these old people. And it's insane. As soon as the game starts, they were fine right before the game starts. And then it started, and they start screaming at the people standing along the fence. Get out of the way! You guys, I can't see the game. And people, they walk across. They were walking across, and whenever they would stop and look at what was happening at the game, the lady with the rolled up pamphlet, whatever program, whatever in the world it was, hit the kids to keep them from moving. Like, keep on going, we can't see. Okay, number one, I'm just going to say this. I don't care who you are. I don't care where you came from. I don't care if you clean the freaking president's toilets. I don't care if you serve the president his own food. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you landed on the moon. I don't care if you have touched Jesus Christ himself, okay? You don't go around and hit people, okay? You don't go around and hit people for them to do what you want them to do. I'm just gonna say that. I was standing back there, and I was just like, no, this is not how this should work. But everyone that was there, elementary school kids, teenagers, middle schoolers, even grown-ass adults were moving for this guy, okay? Literally parting like the sea so they can see the entire football field. And the one thing that did make me very mad was one of my friends was over there, and she was taking pictures of the dog pound, because that's what, she's supposed to do. She's supposed to take pictures of the dog pound for her school. Mind you, this old guy, the old heavy-set one, was the one who was mostly yelling, but he was an old school bus driver, or he's still a bus driver. Don't know what that. But I totally forgot where I was again. But this guy, okay, but my friend was standing over there trying to take pictures of the dog pound, and this guy was just like, hey, I know you're trying to take some good pictures, but we can't see the game. And so she was just like, oh, okay, well, I'm sorry. And he's just like, you need to move. We can't see. She's like, oh, okay. And so she moved, and that's when I started getting really angry, because you don't start messing with my friends. Number one, you don't call people stupid. Number two, I know I wrote it all earlier, so I'm just gonna read off my Facebook post, okay? I just want to say everyone who saw or has heard what happened to me at the VB versus Alma game tonight, that I did not do it for any sort of recognition or fame or to be disrespectful. I was polite to the elder guy, but I did stand my ground when he told me to move. I wasn't going to let a person like him boss people around just because of his age and everything. Yes, if he was unable to see the game because of a hurting knee or a hurting hip or anything like that, I would have understood, but handling it that wasn't right. Plus, you go to a football game, you know people are going to be standing there along the fence. It's a given. That is why people stand when they sit in the front rows. You sit higher if you want to see, and if you're unable to stand due to a hurting hip or whatever, then you would sit higher. These people were about in their late 60s, maybe early 70s at most, and what I don't understand is how rude they acted towards everyone else. These people acted entitled and privileged that they had a front row seat and they were older. FYI, this isn't a concert or anything. The front row doesn't matter as much as you think it does. When they were hitting kids, teenagers, and even other adults with a rolled up program, that really got me spinning. I don't care if you know the person, you don't do that. You don't hit someone to move them along. Seeing the other people meekly obey to what the older people said and move just because of what they said made me mad. When I heard him calling the kids stupid and all the other things added together, it set me off. Maybe my nerves were pumped for the game? I don't know. but I was going to make a stand. I stood in the middle of the empty space, and when he told me to move, I said no. I was kind, maybe a little snarky when he called me stupid and said I should have paid for a ticket and gotten a seat. That's not how the seats work. But I never called him any names or said anything rude to him. I showed him my ticket and said I wasn't stupid and insisted I was not going to move. Maybe it was at this point that the dog pound was kind of noticing what was happening. I don't know. I was just trying to watch a game I was interested in. The man then said something. He said he was going to call the cops, and I replied with, "Go ahead," and he stormed off. Lost my place. Things get a little blurry from here, but I can say that he did not bring a police officer back. Him and my mom got into a heated argument, and when it was all said and done, the older man and his friends had made at least 2 girls cry and leave my side watching the game. I'm going to pause it just right here and say, those two friends that were with me, one of them I made a friend through Quizball, one of them was in my ceramics class, and they walked up to me and they were talking to me, and whenever the man had been moving these people away, they basically parted the sea, and there was bunches of people at the corners of this empty space. And so I just walked up to the middle of the space, and I just stood there, and I just continued to watch the game. And he was just like, ma'am, can you please move? I can't see the game. And I was like, no, I'm not going to move. I want to stand here and watch the game. He was just like, well, we can't see the game. It's not right that you get to stand there whenever we clearly paid for our ticket and we get to stand here. Like, we got our seat, you didn't get here on time, and you should have paid for a ticket, so you could have gotten the seat. They're bleachers. You don't have numbered seats. If you had numbered seats, like you did at a professional football game or a professional baseball game, because I have been to a professional baseball game, thank you very much, then I would understand if there are people standing up. Yes, you do pay for a ticket, and you do get a number on your ticket, but you didn't. It's bleachers. It's a football game for high school. I do know that at the Van Buren, they do have assigned seats. They have numbered seats that are for VIP. So you pay extra money to get those seats. They're like weird and dented and stuff like that. I don't know. It's like in the shade or something. I don't know. But where was I? Oh, my friends came over, and he started screaming at the girls, and one of them started getting really teary-eyed, so they called in their neighbor, which happened to be, I'm not going to say his name, which happened to be senior class president. Like, holy cow, that's a pretty awesome neighbor to have. And Freddie came down, and Freddie tried to break things up, from my understanding. And whenever that didn't happen, he just took the girls away because the girls had already started to cry. One of them had started to cry. I'm not sure about the other one. But, okay. I'm just going to continue on. I don't care how old you are, how much money you make, or I don't care how old you are, how much money you make, or who you are. But if you make someone cry, you better apologize. I think it's even worse if you are older. What is this guy, 60ish, and making 15-year-olds cry at a football game? What type of man, no, boy, is this? I meant to put girls in there, but I don't know if they were 15 or 16. Sorry if you guys are watching this and I have the wrong age, okay? I do know that the dog pound was slightly cheering me on / yelling things at the man. Like, at that point. I do feel bad that he was called those names, and I didn't do anything at the moment. Okay. I do feel bad that he was called those names, and it didn't do anything to help how he saw teenagers, but I was not thinking about that at the moment. What I was thinking about was how the bunches of people who were huddled at the edge of the space had flooded to fill in beside me. I felt happy. So I was standing there. I was standing in front of the dog pound at the fence, and people had recorded it. I need to find the people who have recorded this because I need to see it. I need to see what all went down because I just know it from my point of view, and my point of view is so probably very different from what the actual recorded is, because it's just human nature that things are different. But I heard that people up in the dog pound started recording, but whenever the guy went and sat back down, everyone that had been bunched up suddenly just flooded into the empty space, and I felt just so happy that I'd actually done it. I didn't go up there expecting this to all play out. I expected me to just go up there and stand up there and them hit me or something like that. Me go up there, stand up there, and them get angry and walk away, and then everything. But I didn't think that other people were going to come to my aid and actually start helping me out. That made me feel so happy. But the dog pound, we're calling him we're calling him some names. It wasn't everyone in the dog pound, it was just a few kids in the dog pound. But I'm not saying that you guys were doing anything bad. Just thank you guys for helping, but don't hope like that, because that doesn't help anything. That doesn't help. I know it's hard to stand up and do the right things when it seems that you will be the only one out there, but I just want everyone to know that if you see something wrong happening, speak up. Just don't be rude or disrespectful. Act civilized and like an adult, and hopefully the people involved will treat you like one. And I was very happy that happened. I was very happy that I was able to do that, but I was not able to say that. I wasn't able to type out yet during that I went off to go get a friend, and I came back, and there was a little space that the police officers had made. That was just because the police officers didn't want them to get violent, really violent with the kids, for them not seeing, actually, shoving them and everything like that. Didn't want have to deal with anything violent or anything like that. So I can understand the police having to be able to make a compromise for both sides. I do understand that. But yeah, so that's what happened. I'm really excited to see the videos of it, because I really want to see what. I just really want to see it, guys. I just really want to see it. So yeah. I'm not sure. They have not touched that steamed broccoli. At all. You're just ew, it's steamed, it's cooked. I don't know. I may record a couple more videos. I have to do a lot because I am so far behind on everything. I'm so far behind. I'm just going through Facebook just real quick. This is insane. But that was so weird. But I don't know if there'll be anything else for me to talk to you guys about today, so yeah. I may go ahead and just end it here. I know it's only 5, but I am extremely tired. I'm extremely exhausted. I may sleep because I hardly slept last night. We got home at midnight, and I didn't go to bed until 2 because I was still so from everything that had happened. Why do I have 2 Facebook things set up? Search up, yeah. So, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you guys already haven't, to become part of Legion. Soon I will be doing a video about that. Don't hold me to that. Hopefully, I remember that. But thank you guys so much for watching. And don't forget, there is a sound warning. There is a sound warning. There is a sound warning to everyone that has in their headphones. I want to turn it down just a little bit because it will get very loud. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to share out if you enjoyed it as well. So, I will see you guys in the next video. And I will see all of you people later. Bye!